Hello, my art friends. I have a quick review for you today. I have found some more of my beloved watercolor powders that I love to play with. I found a new little independent company. Okay, that looks like a sticker. And here is the little shop information. I will link this store down below in case you would like to pick up your own pigment salt sprinkles. So what these are pigment salt sprinkles. Oops, focus please, focus. I went ahead and got Dusk and Spring Storms. And these are cute little containers. Now we are used to the bottles like this. So this is a very interesting concept to me. These are very cute to store at least, and I like the stickers on top. So I am going to go ahead and swatch these out just so we can see the base color when it's mixed in water. And then, of course, with this, they give you the instructions on how to use it. I'm going to do my normal swatching of my pigment powder, sprinkles, whatever you want to call these. And then I'm going to, off to the side on a different piece of paper, test all these methods so we can really see what these can do. Now, a quick review of my other favorites of this kind of medium. Now, we got some powders by Sketchbox not too long ago. And of course, I laminated these because I make a mess in my art area. So if I don't laminate some of this stuff, it gets destroyed quickly. So I'm going to try to hold it at an angle. So Sketchbox came out with their own colors, very beautiful. I messed up the swatches up here and I will never not see that. Very pretty colors. And then in that same box, I believe we got the color Sparks that was pink. And then here are my original color Sparks. I think the olive is what started this whole mess. Just beautiful. And then since then I bought some more colors, but I believe we've gotten most of these colors in art boxes since then. But as you can see, I just think these are so neat because look at all the little pigments that separate and make this nice little, well, it's like a firework effect, if you ask me. Each brand seems to have its own personality on what it does on the paper. So I'm really excited to see what this Indy brand has in store for us today. So without any more of me talking on and on, let's get right into playing with these so you can check them out too. Okay, so I'm going to let these two dry, but I can tell you right now, I can tell this is ridiculously beautiful. There's a lot going on in there, and I'm excited to do these tests. But I'm going to let these dry before I do my little swatches down below to keep on my wall. While these are drying, let's break out a bigger piece of paper and have some fun so you can see what these have in store. Okay, so then this corner over here, let's do some it's wetter paper, and then drop some dry sprinkles on top. Let me get you right up on here. Let's get right up on here. Sorry, there's going to be a shadow. This isn't my normal filming area. This is my play area. All right, let's go in with some of this Dusk. Lots of fun things going on. All right, and now for the Spring Storms. Look at this. There is a lot going on in there. Those are so fun. Wow. Okay, so I'm going to bring it back out. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle some dry on here and then mist it. This is usually my favorite way to play with these, but I have to tell you that first of doing the wet your paper and then sprinkle dry on top, that really was doing it for me. But let's see what we can do with this. And I know it doesn't take much of this, but gee, right now it just doesn't look like much of anything, doesn't it? All right, let's just start here and work our way up. I always put too much down when I'm doing this method. All right, let's just go for it. All right, so this is what we're dealing with. Now, I have to say, I want to keep all my swatches the same, and I know for these, I dropped the dry down and sprayed on top of it, but I'm telling you, this is way prettier. I guess it doesn't really matter. I can still see all the individual pigments doing it this way. Let's go in for a close-up. I know this hasn't dried yet, but that dust color. A lot going on in there. This is almost like an autumn type color palette. There's a very pretty salmon color in there that's interesting. And this one, I mean, this is just like berries. This is a bowl full of wild berries. So pretty. So pretty. I must say, this really does it justice, though, doesn't it? So beautiful. Okay, let me do my final swatch on my little card, and I will tell you my final thoughts in a bit. Okay, this is all the fun we had today. Here's my little swatch card I like to make. This one's really interesting, and I think I figured out why I liked it so much dropped onto the paper that had water on it, is because there is salt in this, so it is doing some interesting textural things. And I think that's why it was so much more interesting. I mean, they're just beautiful. Now, the dusk, I think if you diluted this down a little bit more, you'd see almost like a purplish taupe. But by far, out of all my sprinkles, this has the most uniqueness to all the colors. And the Spring Storms is very beautiful too. But let's compare these to some of the other ones I own. Now, these two right here are pretty similar. But there's more blue in this one. And of course, the salt and bigger pieces make it just a lot more interesting. That's all I can say about it. But really, it's not the same as anything else. Here are the ones from Sketchbox. I actually found these a little hard to work with. They didn't come out of their little bottles very well. Now these two, the Grape and the Spring Storms, look a lot alike because there was some blue in this one. But I'm going to say this one's better just because this one was so hard to work with. Yeah, I don't know what else to say about these. Now the colors that made up above were very beautiful. And this one is a lot more bubblegum pink. But yeah, I think the one that is the most unique is this dusk one. I believe there might have been one or two more on the website. I can't really remember. But it might have been green, and I was stacked fat on greens already. All right, guys, here is my quick review of the Ruby Mountain Pigment Salt Sprinkles. Very interesting, very fun if you're in the market for this kind of thing. Hey, go check this website out. I think it's going to be really fun because of this texture it's giving. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy this, and I am glad I own it. All right, guys, tell me down below if you have any of these and what you think of it, and I will see you in my next video, guys. Bye.